Space is silent. For sound waves to travel, the most essential requirement is a medium. As there is no atmosphere in space, sound cannot travel there, making it eerily silent. As a result, astronauts use radios to communicate with each other. Footprints for keeps. With no atmosphere on the Moon, the footprints of Apollo astronauts will last for approximately 100 million years. Not just their footprints but the spaceship prints and other discarded materials will also stay preserved with no water or wind to erode them. Hottest planet. The hottest planet in our solar system is Venus, with an average temperature of about 842 degrees Fahrenheit, 450 degrees Celsius. Many may mistake Mercury to be the hottest due to its proximity to the Sun, but as Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere, temperatures there fluctuate very often. On the other hand, Venus has a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide that makes its surface much hotter. Bonded for eternity. When two pieces of a particular type of metal touch each other in space, they remain stuck forever. This process, known as cold welding, happens because the atoms of the respective metals are unaware of their difference and thus, lump together. Cold welding can help shape the future for spacecraft construction. Mountain on Mars. Olympus Mons, the highest mountain known to man, is located on Mars. It has a height of about 13.6 miles, 23 kilometers, which makes it nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. It also holds the distinction of being the largest volcano discovered in the solar system. Discovery of the first asteroid, made of rock and ice. Ceres was the first asteroid to be discovered, by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi on January 1, 1801. It remains the largest object in the asteroid belt within the Neptune orbit, with a diameter of about 587 miles, 945 kilometers. Mariner 10, the only spacecraft to have ever visited Mercury is Mariner 10, which was launched by NASA on November 3, 1973. Flying past the planet a total of 3 times, it managed to map 40 to 45% of its surface, clicking over 2,800 photographs. It also discovered that the planet's atmosphere was made mainly of helium, an iron-rich core, and a magnetic field. Quarantine astronauts. After their return from the Moon, the crew of Apollo 11 was quarantined for fear of any unknown, deadly diseases. This practice continued until Apollo 14, when it was finally discovered that the environment was safe on the Moon. However, the Apollo 13 crew was relieved of this process as they had to return midway due to a technical malfunction. Pictured, left to right, the astronauts of Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins and Buzz Aldrin, meet U.S. President Richard Nixon from the quarantine facility. Relative size of Earth. The Sun makes up almost 99.8% of our entire solar system. Relatively speaking, it can hold a total of 1 million Earths. Karman Line. The Karman Line, lying at an altitude of 330,000 feet, 100 kilometers, above Earth sea level, is officially accepted as the invisible boundary between Earth's atmosphere and outer space. If you were able to drive your car upwards, you could be in space within an hour. Super-speedy neutron stars. A neutron star, which is the collapsed core of a bigger star, is known to spin at the rate of 600 times every second. Since neutron stars are born out of a supernova star explosion, their rotation usually starts at about 60 rotations per second, which eventually can increase tenfold. Planet made of diamonds. Situated at a distance of 40 light-years and with a radius twice of Earth's, 55 Cancri is an exoplanet that exists outside our solar system, whose surface is believed to be made of graphite and diamonds. A day longer than a year. Confusing as it may sound, a day on Venus is longer than a year. It takes a total of 243 Earth days to spin on its own axis, but completes an orbit around the Sun in 224.7 Earth days. Growth and height. The human body can grow up to 1.96 inches, 5 centimeters. In space, this phenomenon happens due to the lack of gravity, which in turn helps the spine straighten up. Tear bubbles. Astronauts may shed a tear or two in space, but they won't roll down their cheeks. The weightless atmosphere allows water to float around like bubbles or spheres, which then tend to cling to a surface until dislodged.